whispering in the trees. It's too
Now,
sad
Rexy, old
and
pal, where
lonely.
are we? I got lost. Let's go to, is it Jim in Hammond? Hello, Jim.
Hey, how you doing tonight, buddy?
Good.
Hey, listen, I had a comment about, that president with the State of the Union address. I don't know if anybody else caught it, but he made a comment that we really need to get on this border situation with the illegals coming into the country and everything, and that's one of the first things he's going to work on. Well, the only thing I've got to say is he could work on that already by getting his illegal aunt and his illegal uncle out of this country.
They're living in the White House, I think. Not a bad address to have. Before we go to Doc, let's check out Pete. Hello, Pete.
Listen, Preach, if you're going to talk about slavery, we have to include the most conquered country in history, and that's Sicily, because I happen to be Sicilian.
Okay.
And, the Moors, which were blacks, conquered Sicily.
Mopes.
And, I've got relatives over there darker than Gloria. I mean, I love them the same as I love my other relatives. I mean, to me, color, it's crazy to even talk about color anymore.
I agree. And to me, if we keep dwelling on or apologizing for things that I had nothing to do with, as I said on many different occasions, slave labor has been a part of civilization since the caveman smacked somebody around.
That's right.
There isn't any nationality, ethnicity, or religious belief that it has been immune to slave labor. Everybody's used it at different times, and I believe it's still going on now. I really do. In Asia,
absolutely.
I think
absolutely.
it's rampant in Asia.
Yeah.
They have no choice. It's either do it or starve to death, man.
Well, and that's the thing. But I think, you know what, I think that I know a lot of good black people, intelligent people, successful in business, that have looked past race and said, you know what is color? It is nothing but color. It has nothing to do with
You were kind of,
success.
and thanks, Pete. And you can get a mulligan also after the news. You're kind of narrowing down your market, if nothing else, to look completely inward in terms of whatever race you are. It really doesn't make any sense, but I think it's been going on for a long, long time under the wrong premise. Doc's on the mulligan line. Quickly, Doc, we're in front of the news.
Yes, I would just like to, compliment you once again. And the questions that, your view is so correct. These are things that really need to be said. You said the last time I called, you said that there were no whites running into the jungle and bringing blacks out. I mean, we see drugs coming across the border. Well, blacks were selling blacks just the same way. So it wasn't the first time. And I think that blacks really truly stagnate themselves.
Well, being a black American, Doc, let me ask you this. When's the last time you were sitting around and a black person complained about the Egyptians hauling them through the Sahara Desert where they would take 1 million at a time in cases, and nearly half of them would die on the way? Do you ever hear any black people complaining about that, demanding or marching on Egypt, Cairo? Does that ever, am I out of my mind, or has that ever come up?
Well, no, and I'll give you this to work with. Samson was created for a reason. He had to bring down something. Something that he was bringing down was a form of worship and religion. David, he had to do what he had to do because that was a form of religion and a form of worship. And certain things God blessed, like God blessed America. I think Russia fell under the pressure that it was under. And I do know that we can get too far out of the way, but ultimately, it's the heart of the people. If the people are willing to be a people that have compassion for their brothers, then God can bless a nation.
Thanks,
And
Doc. I appreciate
right
it.
here,
We gotta
in America.
hit it for the news, Docs. Thanks so much.